But yeah, I know where I want book 2 to go.
Okay.
In chapter 3, I know what I want book 2 to do. And so I just need a reason to get there.
Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Sam, and this is the Knit Ritz podcast. Today we're talking about our writing, because we finally did some of that, and I think we're going to do a reading check-in that's probably going to take a little too long.
No, we're not. It's next week. We're not.
Okay, well, I'll do my reading. I'll do my little reading check-in.
Okay.
That's okay.
But
You've been reading a lot, just not books. You've been working. And then I drew Corvin's house for an hour. A floor plan. I drew a floor plan because I needed to figure out this fucking house that I was writing about.
Oh, I see. Okay, cute.
Yeah, little blueprint, a little blueprint sketch of what the house looks like. It's a fortified manor.
I don't even know what that fucking means.
It's an L-shaped. It's an L-shaped manor with a courtyard.
Why is it called fortified?
Because it's L-shaped, you can protect the air. Like there's no hidden areas.
See, this is like, I shouldn't really be writing fantasy because I don't know shit like, what's a this kind of random clothing thing. Sure. I'm like, I don't know. I just read it and know it's a fantasy thing.
That's what took me an hour. I had to look up different medieval style buildings.
That's so interesting.
Because I'm psychotic.
No, it's, yeah.
I was like, I'm making it up, but it has to have a vibe. There's a certain vibe I'm going for, so it needs to fit the vibe. I'm like, what are different types of fortified buildings in the Middle Ages? And they were like, these things. And I was like, okay, let's look at them. Let's see what I like. What makes sense? Because I don't know how to build a fucking fortified building. I live in a 3-story, split level in the modern world.
Yeah, I would just assume it's like, it has a little cannon outside and then shoots people. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
fortified meant.
Nope.
A little shooter guy.
Nope. They all have access. Like they all see the grounds evenly. Almost. Like there's all all the area is exposed to be able to watch their surroundings.
What's it called when it's like built into a cliff?
That's a good question.
Like fortified? It feels fortified, right?
It could, but it wouldn't be a fortified manor. So it's a manor house. Which is
because Drayden's is like built into a cliff, but it is like kind of a house.
Yeah.
But it's mostly like a cave with levels.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I did. And there's a big giant hearth. Really, really, really big hearth.
That's fun.
And
like
he lives
Disneyland.
Yeah, and so it's like, so the house shape, so floor level is a U shape, because I also had to think about that. I was like, oh well, if the house is a U shape, then the bottom level has to be a U shape, otherwise there's nothing to support the second level. Lots of fucking house building stuff, which is hilarious because I come from a very long line of construction workers and house builders, and that it's in me, but it's not. So it's like the Great Hall, and then in the back is the infirmary and the apothecary, which opens, and then the courtyard is in the center. And then on the other side of that hearth is the other hearth that's like their living space and their kitchen. And then towards the back is like their pantry, cold storage, stock rooms, all that kind of shit. Upstairs to the left is where all of the living quarters are for all of the people, except for Corvin. He is on the other wing, so the east wing, where the library is, but he's in the tower in the back. That's his. He lives like Dorian.
Okay.
And he's got a little balcony that overlooks the grounds.
Cute.
Yeah, he's got a little 2-story setup in there.
It is so hard. Even in describing it, I'm like, I'm trying to picture it. I do picture that one thing for the hearth, but I'll
send you pictures of my shitty drawings.
That's
I
cute.
was like, I can't have her walk through this space and it not exist in my brain.
Okay.
And for it to exist in my brain, it has to exist on paper sometimes. The same thing, like the first thing I wrote for the other book was the map. It was the first thing I did was draw the map. Other than like thinking about the Valley of Vision, but I was like, I need a map because I need to figure out where things are so that when people start moving around, I know where the fuck they're going. Can't just be like, we're walking south, like yeah. So, but anyways,
I do that. I'm just like picking a direction and saying I'll change that direction later if I gotta.
Yeah, that was 35 minutes of me rambling about my life. Here we are. This is the Knit.
But we also didn't talk before.
That is true. 35 minutes of venting that nobody.
We're deleting the last 35 minutes.
Yes. Okay. So, did you read anything?
Yeah, I read some of Cindervale. I don't remember where I was last time I talked to you, but I definitely read. The internet went out when I was trying to grade last night, so I read for like an hour and a half, and then I keep like not reading because I'm just like watching YouTube videos. Like when I get back from a trip, I just want to watch like podcasts and YouTube videos and stuff, and I haven't hit a reading grind yet. Even though every day I'm like I'm going to, and then I just stay up until I'm so tired I can't think, and then I go to sleep. But plus this fucking assignment took me way longer to grade than it should have. But anyway, so I am at the part in Cindervale where okay, Harlan just sent her the letter, and Mavis came and gave her the letter, and they're at the magistrate, and the guy is like, what the fuck, you're a dummy, Galump's uncle. And then
that was a very hard no. I was not expecting it to be a one scene where Galump's uncle is like, fuck off.
Oh, I kind of was. I was like, they ain't gonna believe her. She's because she's believing in the system. Ironically, just like Harlan was.
Yeah.
That's the problem in these books is believing in the system.
Harlan sent her the letter that said he's sorry, right?
Yeah, and then he's trying to help, and he's like, these people are out to get you, and and then they come and try to get her, and she's
because now he's sus of the guy, right? Yeah,
because the guy came in and he's like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna serve the void.
Yeah, and like wouldn't look at Harlan at all.
And he called him like Hadlin or something.
Yeah.
And so that was like the switch up, and then Vesper and Bastion just went down to the little keystone that's in Stormfell. And they kissed, and is that the first time they've kissed like that?
I think so.
Yeah,
they already pretended to be prostitutes for a minute, right?
Yeah, but I don't think they kissed during that.
They did not kiss, but there was some.
There was
some tension there.
Yeah, definitely. But so because Bastion went into the ether. Ether, whatever. And so
I say ether, but yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's probably the correct way. And then I think that's Owen Kaiser. Morel just got married.
Oh, yeah.
So that whole
What do you think of her husband? Are you suspicious as fuck of her husband?
Not yet. I mean, they seem like they're playing each other. Or maybe I just have too much faith in Morel that I don't think she just got swindled by this vampire. But I mean, he's probably, I don't know. I imagine every leader in here is going to be just thematically, I feel like all the leaders are going to be found out to be evil. But I kind of don't want them to be, because I kind of like Morel and I like Tarlord a little bit. I don't know how to...
Well,
I'm literally going to finish it. As soon as I finish this fucking assignment, I'm going to finish it right after.
I have hopes for... I can't remember her husband's name. I have hopes.
I don't know his husband's name.
For him.
Okay.
Because of something that he's... For something... Because of what happens in the later... A few things that he says... Things that happen in the last 300 pages of the book. I have some specific hopes for him.
But I will say, part of me is like, that's how I metagame, I'm thinking about the arc and the stuff.
Yeah.
But he's also not really part of the power structure because he's been ousted for so long.
Yes.
So I feel like that's why he can be good. I feel like Tarlord could be, but is still going to be
I really love the idea of people that you think are the enemies not being enemies. And people you think are your allies not being your allies. Like, I like when that shit gets fucking muddy. Yeah. And we've already kind of had that with Dragor, where it's like, this is my dude, and then like, oh, this is not my dude. And so I'm really hoping that there's some weird something, some power shifty something that goes on with him. Like, I think that there's a lot of potential for that. and there's so much. But yeah, and so like because all we've heard about with them is like how fucking atrocious they are, and because of my love for Caleb, I'm like, I'm really hoping that that's maybe not the case.
No, they can't be. It's just like I could just tell like these are the big lessons, you know. So they're clearly not going to be. Although some of them probably will be. Like,
I love that
that's how
they
you keep it
totally fuck in
interesting.
front of everybody, and Kaiser's like, ugh.
He's like, what do I feel?
And like even North is like, Mommy, no.
Yes.
Mommy, please don't.
So
It's not his real mom, but yes.
but they treat her like she is. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
There,
I know you have not gotten to my little Easter egg because you would. Fuck, I know you're gonna text me the second you get to it because it is so goddamn egregious. Yeah. I am in book 4.
Okay. Yes.
No. Sorry, book 5.
And where is it ranking in terms of the other side?
Oh
stories?
my god, it's so fucking good. It's so good. I think this might be Zodiac level Chef's
Better
Kiss.
than Neverkeep?
It might be better than Neverkeep.
That's crazy.
It might be better. I am in Infernal Creatures, which I believe, let me double no, hold on. Can you stop? That was book 3. No, I'm in book 4.
Okay.
I do believe. Nope, maybe I'm in book 5. No, sorry, I just started book 5.
Okay.
And by just started, I mean I'm at 48%.
That's where I am in Cindervale.
I started it last night.
Holy shit, that's dude.
Yeah. It is so okay. There's a couple. Okay. There's a character. There's two schools of thought, and they fucking hate each other, and they've been warring for forever. And they may or may not have kind of come to a mutual enemy moment, and they have to like chill out for a second on killing each other.
You were saying this.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember you saying
but it is not pretty. It is not like, cool, we'll just bury the hatchet and move. Like, it is not cute. But one of the characters is like if Seth was smart, the level of sarcasm and wit and just banter and quick like quips,
Reese,
but funnier.
Okay,
level of character this guy is. And one of his enemies, like, they're talking shit to each other, and you can see them like trying not to laugh at each other's shit because it is so funny, but they're also trying to be like with each other. But I'm like, I need this to tear down. I need them to be friends. It's not happening, but like, it's so funny because like they just talk so much shit to each other, but because they are like tentative peace treaty for like 5 minutes here, they're not, you know what I mean? And so like, and because that wall's down a little bit, they're getting the like more natural sarcasm of each other, but they also fucking kind of hate each other, so it's more aggressive than just like normal friend shit talking.
Interesting.
But it is fucking peak. It is so amazing. Like, at some point, like, someone says something and she's like, 10 minutes ago you were trying to cut my fucking head off, and now I'm supposed to work with this guy? And he was like, foreplay, babe. And she's like, what the fuck would you know about foreplay? Like, it's just like peak levels of like nonsense, and he's amazing, and I love him, and he's it's amazing.
Damn,
I love it.
And this is written by which sister?
Both of them.
Oh, it is both of them.
It is both of them.
I thought it was just.
Said it was the first one that they worked on together, and they had originally written it, and it was published, and then they realized it wasn't, like, they were like, there's a hard learning curve for the first book that you write together. We didn't really know how to be co-authors. We were very kind with each other's edit processes and didn't want to hurt each other's feelings. And then we realized this is not the book that we wanted to put out, and so they rewrote the series and continued on. And it's just fucking magical.
Damn.
So it's beautiful for a story about vampires. Because let me tell you, like I like a vampire or whatever. It's fine, but they're not my shtick. I would never search a vampire story. I like them fine, but they're not like something I seek out. It's beautiful.
Damn.
And each character, you get the different perspectives, so you see the struggles of both sides. You see the reasons to not like each other. You can sympathize with both sides. It's very, very muddy with like who's right, who's wrong. The interpretations of events are so fundamentally different, even though it's the same event, which I fucking love as a historian, where it's like, this happened, and this is how this group sees it, and this is how this group sees it. And because they've never spoken to each other, they're like, why are you mad? And they're like, fuck you, because we're mad. And you're like, it's like a whole thing. And they're like, you don't know the story. You don't know my story. And like, they've never, and so like, it's a kind of a miscommunication, but it makes sense because like, two sides of war don't necessarily come to the table and talk rationally about their experiences.
So a lot of that's propagandized too.
Exactly. And so, the people that you think are the enemy and always the bad guys, they're trying to do something, and they're not doing it well. And then the people who are supposed to be like the good guys in the book, they're fucking up too.
Yeah.
And it's so muddied and brilliant.
Should I read that after I'm done with Cindervale, or should I do L.J. Andrews? My plan was L.J. Andrews, but now I'm like, are you just on hype, or should I actually do your series first?
I need you to do LJ first because her book comes out in October.
True. And I am trying to read that.
And I've been trying to tell you and I've been trying to tell you to do LJ for forever. And LJ, she doesn't know it, but she is my girl. Although these girls, whew, I'm a fucking fan for life now. But yeah, so I think that you should jump into because there's something. I will say that this story is probably more like kind of levels of reading. There's gonna be like I'm just so fucking drawn into this in ways that maybe LJ will not quite grab you the same way, but there is something about LJ Andrews' stories that are just so like I love these characters in a way that like I want to be in their world sometimes. Don't necessarily want to be with these people, but I want to read about them all the time. Like, they're entertaining as all bloody fuck, and I adore them. But, like, LJ Andrews, I'm like, those are little pieces of my soul.
Okay. I will read that next.
Like, I will probably still think about, Callie and Montana and everybody from this story, but I have, like, the characters of LJ Andrews, like, they just live in my brain. Like, I think about them often. Like, they're friends. Where I'm just like, aw, I wonder what Valen's up to. Kind of shit. Which maybe I'll find out, because then the next book comes out in October.
Dude. Okay, cool. Okay, I will do that. And yeah, maybe it'll be Cindervale review and second book of LJ review.
Maybe. You gotta wait.
I need to get on my summer arc. It's supposed to be summer. It feels like school still.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's because I slacked off too much during vacation.
I will tell you that summer for me is not the easy time of year. So my writing is taking a hit. I got more people in my house and
brain scrambled,
and we're not even in the hot season yet. So like when heat happens, I'm gonna be fucking useless. But yeah, I'm trying.
I feel like I had to pull it out of my fucking brain. I just had to rip it.
Reading is always easier for me than writing, right? Reading is I mean, it's active, but it's also a little bit passive. It's escapism from the craziness that is my house. And it's a whole lot easier to pick up a book and keep reading than it is to come back to writing. For me, I feel like I have to kind of keep the starting again.
That reminds me, I just I also am finishing the
audiobook.
What I'm listening to.
Audiobook?
Cursed broken Curse of the Broken Bone.
The Viking. What's
A
okay?
curse carved in bone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like 5 hours from finishing that, so I really need to
nice.
fucking finish it.
It's good.
Because so I'll probably have an update for you then too.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. That's very long-winded.
We're both over it, and we both wrote tonight. Just
We
barely,
did.
literally minutes before
minutes
we
before
got on.
minutes before.
And
that's why I'm like,
then
I'm hoping that like the lore dump of my chapter doesn't feel rushed when you read it, because I was like, oh, here we go. We're just gonna like put some shit on paper.
And that kind of thing is never. I think you can't write one of those first draft and it's perfect. You're gonna revise and you'll add in more like flirty and more tech. You know, you're just gonna add. That's way too hard to do.
I was like, I gave
but it's
enough,
out, and now you have it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I gave enough for some bones to know the like what his reactions are, what her reactions are, some frustration, some things. But yeah, I was like, this is clearly not a fully flushed out kind of moment for them.
But it is still, it's cool.
There was a lot of description that I had, and I was like, this is getting annoying to write all this description. But yeah,
like the beginning parts.
Yeah, it's like 2,500 words, so not bad to crank out in an hour and a half today.
Yeah,
I love.
Mine's only 1,600.
I love when she's like, "Guess I'll go make a fucking sandwich."
Yeah, I know. That was very like I don't know what the word is, but yeah, very classic feel.
I'm trying to add a little like snarkiness to her, just a little bit of like, she's from the mortal world, so a little bit of something. It's because I keep reading too much of these Twisted Sisters, and they all have little smart ass fucking main characters.
They do,
but I need a little bit of brevity to the situation.
And I think he could, honestly, he kind of gives, and maybe I don't want to say it's because he reminds me of Reese, but there are moments where I think he even like he's like trying to distance himself, and he's like, but I feel like he's in the inside, he's like, well, that's cute, and probably I think some of that in second draft will like peek
like when he notices her looking at it,
like,
when he notices her looking at him, he like gives her a little smirk, and she's just like,
yes,
what, like
yeah, I think that if anything will get heightened. But yeah.
Also, I've decided that time works different in their worlds. It's been 100 years for him. The stakes need to be way higher for him.
Wait. So does that mean that it's been like 5 minutes for her?
It's been Earth? 25 years on Earth and 100 years there. So every 4 days in his world is 1 day on Earth.
So she's been gone like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that makes sense.
Which will also make it a little bit easier where, like, if this goes on for a while, people are like, she's just gone for forever. It's been like 2 weeks in the mortal realm. Chill out. Like.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. That way it doesn't feel so like, oh, her kids are years older or months old. Like, she's been gone for a couple weeks.
Okay, gotcha. And she's Fae anyway, so she's not gonna like
exactly
age super.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like the banter back and forth, and then some of the, I think I'd seen part of it before. I'm pretty sure I read the beginning part.
Yes. Yeah, this was me finally finishing the chapter that I gave you like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, same.
Yeah.
That was mine. And yeah, I think the descriptions for like the house like, I mean, I don't really picture things very well, but I don't really care to picture things very well. I just was like, yep, that's a house.
She needs to be taking in her surroundings though, and
exactly.
It is
you
world
get that
building,
impression for sure. And then the
he's like, we need to find a key. She's like, baby, just checking the couch cushions.
I know, that was a good line. That was cute.
I like sneaking in like little like mortal realm quips that he's not gonna get, where she's like, so you just like go and vanquish souls with your friends like an episode of Supernatural, and he's like, yeah kinda. Like, I don't know what that means, but sure.
Yeah, I like that part, especially if you're gonna have it be in the world. You're like, well, at least you have this.
Yeah, she's like, you're like the dungeon master from hell. There's no dungeons in hell. He's like, what? And I also like that, like, so I'm setting up to where like there's underworlds for each realm, right? So like this is their world problem, but it is seeping into the mortal realm. But like when she's like, okay, well, what are, like, so like a Grim Reaper, he's like, the mortal world has their own Reapers, they do their own shit, like we are this.
Oh, that's what he meant. I thought he just meant that they were called something else. He's like, yeah, they call it that there, but we do. It's
Yeah, no,
really
they have a different system on
They
Earth.
actually have other
Completely
people. Like,
different cosmic system.
okay, interesting.
I mean, it's still a life-death situation. You know, there's still an afterlife
Yeah.
or whatever. And he's like, they do, like, their system is
that filing
balanced differently. Slightly differently.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really...
Did it make sense for him when she mentions her kids?
The only thing I noticed for those is that I think when you go back there, you'll add in like more things, like because I think you want to have a little bit more. I mean, I think it's fine for now, for sure. And I'm not trying to like critique, because I can definitely go into like critique mode.
Please.
But like, I just think probably you'll add in things. I would think you'd add in things that are like, maybe just have her thinking about, because it's kind of like, you don't realize that she's trying to hide that. And you don't need to tell everything either. Yeah. But I think you could probably say, like, you know, maybe have that be slightly more apparent, because at first it kind of seems like it's just random. Yeah. But then she's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. But like,
it definitely
needs these are small, tiny little things.
It definitely needs some more texture, I guess. Like the bones are there. It definitely needs a little bit more, like some movement, some eye rolling or size, and some body language stuff, and some more internal monologue for all of this. But I was like, this is what I've got so far, because she's like, this guy's fucking nuts.
And I think you probably have her, like, before she says, she says something like, we need to find the key, and then the joke, which is great. But I actually think, like, or when he says, oh, it's been my duty to bring me back to life, and then she just goes, how can the gates be opened? I was like, that's like one of those spots where I'm like, oh no, she's gonna be like, what do you mean the gates of life? You know, she's gonna be a little more distance between those lines. And then eventually when she's like, okay, so wait, why do we have to find this fucking key? And then by then she's annoyed enough to be like, because I was like, the couch,
I was like, I didn't want to go like full Crescent City lore dump, but it does make sense for her to be like, what gates? I don't know, what are you talking?
Well, like, and he doesn't have to explain it all, but I think she has to be like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And then maybe he just responds by being like, listen, you're not gonna understand it all. Here's what it is. And then she's like, you need to find this key. I can't explain it all to you right now, so just take this. And then she says that. Like, but those are tiny, minute things.
Did you catch some of the little... I tried to sneak in a little foreshadowing here.
Okay, hold on. I did read quicker than I usually do.
That's
little ghosties.
Yeah, he's like, they're not little ghosties. Like, she's just like downplaying all of his shit. Like, just let the little ghosties hang out. He's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Oh, the parts where he said like where he's talking about like, what's this, the quest? Maybe. I feel like yes, but I can't think of it now, and I can't. So
she's like, right. She's like, even if I believed you, and the wings are an okay way to convince me, I can't help. I have a life to get back to, a job, because I'm sure your husband will be fine without you. And she's like getting pissed, right? She's like, my husband loves me. He's probably losing his fucking mind right now. And he goes, it's not like I'm asking him to wait 100 years.
Yo, yes,
little things there where he's just like, he can go fuck himself. Is kind of where he's at. And then there's also at the end when he says something about being as honest with her as he can, or some shit. Yeah. She's like, I need time to think about it. He goes, don't take too long. I've asked nicely and been as truthful as I can.
Yeah.
Which is like, he's not telling, we're like, he's like, I've been as honest as, and I've been honest. And like, but the way that he words it, so that when she's later on is like, what the fuck? You didn't tell me this. He's like, I told you I was as honest with you as I could be. Like, I told you from the beginning, And then, I don't want to force you, but my world is crumbling. You're my only hope at saving it. And she's like, I don't miss the threat in his words. And he's like, find something to eat, bathe, rest, and I'll find you soon. Like, my house is yours. And she's like, oh yeah, asshole. I'll go make a sandwich and have a little nap and be on board for your fucked up quest. And then she's like mumbling, I guess I'll go make that sandwich. Like, she's so annoying. And he's like, whatever. Yeah. Also, there's a gargoyle on the roof.
Oh, I didn't see the gargoyle, but I know that's a girl.
Yeah. So when she's walking out into the courtyard, this is on the third page towards the top. Right. The heavy clouds painted the space in shades of purples and grays. Thick vines trailed the walls on either side, reaching up to the second-story windows. At the rear of the building was a high tower with a fierce-looking gargoyle perched on the roof's peak. And then she moves on, right? It's a gargoyle, like the garden beds, yada, yada, yada.
That's your friend.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Yeah, no,
I'm excited for the next chapter when she walks to the kitchen. She's like, holy fuck, this kitchen's gorgeous. Because she's such a mom, dude. And she's like, oh my god, this is a big kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And she like walks in the storerooms and she's like, holy, it's organized. And I think she's gonna be like,
rich people.
She's gonna be like, clearly no fucking kids live here. Look at all this. Like, yeah. Also, there's a coat of arms with part of their motto on it.
Yeah.
I think I put that on there, right?
I think now I feel like I read it too fast.
That's okay.
Must be in the beginning. Ow.
Yeah, he says this is the Hall of Oaths, and I was really close.
Yeah.
I was really close to making a Hall and Oates joke, but I was like, that is too old. No one's gonna get that joke.
I mean, I feel like people just have heard the name, but don't actually realize.
Yeah,
that's a band.
I was like, stop being a 60-year-old woman, Sam. You're not that old.
Hall of Oaths. I was wondering about what the Hall of Oaths is.
It's basically his Great Hall, but it's where they took their oath, so that's what they call it. And plus their oath is up on the hearth.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, is the infirmary with the capital I, it makes me think it's manned. Is it just like a place where they store medicine, or is there like a person there who's like a nurse?
Oh, it would just be a place where they store. Well, so the apothecary is where they make the medicine, and the infirmary is where they would like patch each other up.
Oh, okay.
It's like Tamlin's infirmary, where there's like nobody working it. He's just in there patching.
Got it, and maybe that's fine.
Girls.
I was like, do we got a staff?
No.
Or okay, so it's just like them and the Reapers living there, right?
Yes.
Or him and the Reapers.
Yes. Okay. So then, an obsidian coat of arms hung above the hearth, containing depictions of weapons. The inscription at the bottom read, "Until the last soul rests, we remain." And so she notices the weapons. Those are going to end up being their weapons because a coat of arms usually has 4 quadrants, and so those weapons are going to be the weapons that they wield.
Interesting. That's cool. I like that.
I have so many questions about his implant. I
feel like it turned into spy novel bullshit. Fuck you.
No. First off, I love reading what you write. It's so like, what the fuck is happening? But in the best ways. Like, I have enough of the story.
I'm surprising myself too.
Yeah, like I know what's happening. Like I know what's going on. I it's there. So I'm not like complete. It's not like nonsense. But I'm like, what? I love this idea of like this was too easy and Drayden's a little bitch, but like also not because they shot somebody. So like,
yeah, like he's like. I think what he has is like this weird kind of passive depression where he's like, I don't care. He's gonna fucking shoot someone, but he doesn't give a shit about me. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like he's just a crazy bitch, and I knew that getting into this, but I'll be fine. It's like a cockiness with like a passivity with like a apathy.
Yeah. It also seems like just a little bit of blindness, right? Where it's just like, where he doesn't think that the person that they shot is someone who like came over their area, right? And so you're like, well, that's a thief. That's an intruder. That is a
that's
threat.
The guy who was supposed to
that's a threat. And there's a guard. And if you do things that the guards are like, that's the rules.
Yes.
I'm breaking stupid little rules. These aren't, I'm not a threat. I'm taking a couple of extra leaves. It's not a big deal. Like there's a blindness to it almost where it's like, he's not seeing like, oh no, breaking any rule is at this like same sort of level kind of thing. Where it's just like, I didn't break into your house, bro. I took a couple of extra things, or like whatever. And it's like, I didn't even steal from you. I took from the freaking caves. Like, chill out. I'm not, So I like that there's like because it also kind of instills in the character this sort of level of morality and like a level of like what should determine capital punishment And then you start to realize, oh, that's not how these people work. They're not working on the same scale of what is right and wrong, what's justice. Like, this is, you took a couple of extra things, don't do it again. You do it again, and I'll like slap you on the wrist kind of stuff. He's like, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not trying to kill anybody by breaking into your home and take your shit. And so I think that it instills kind of this naive morality within your main character and makes him a good guy, because he's like, that's not worthy of the same punishment. But then it builds in naturally that Drayden, right, is a fucking psycho.
Yes.
And that
but kind of casually so.
Yeah. So my question is this a punishment for him, or is this something that is an initiation? Because I think that you could make it where this is just an initiation moment.
Well, it is that. It's like, you got punished and now you have to be my goon. So, like, you know, you have to be, I hired you, and then you fucked up, and now I'm gonna hold it against you, and so now you're in my gang.
So he knows that he gave this stuff to this girl?
Yes.
Okay,
she works for Drayden. And she was trying to double cross them both at the same time. So she was set up to get materials from him, and he gave them to her, but then she asked for extra materials, and I think that's how she's gonna get blackmailed by Forrest, maybe, like, you know, because she was supposed to ask him for this and this, and then she asked him for other this, and he actually got away with that, and Drayden didn't notice that part, and I think it's like some shit like that for now.
Okay, that could work. I like that. I also like that this might just be an initiation where he doesn't know about it, and then that would heighten it, because then he's going to be like, he just stabbed me with a fucking transponder poison thing, and he doesn't even know what I did, and she's still asking for stuff, right? Where, like, there's a cruelty to this that is unwarranted altogether, where he's just like, you've proven your worth. Now I'm going to put a low jack on you. And so there's a little bit more fear, right? So and like, then it kind of heightens it to where, like, this is the best case scenario kind of a thing. He didn't get caught, and still Drayden did something kind of fucked up. And now he's like, now he's more skeptical of Drayden. And he knows that he's being watched closer. And then he does it, and then gets caught. And then I think Drayden can use the thing in his back to be like, you pull this shit on me again, and I will be releasing that shit into your body. Like, but beats the shit out of him instead.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, because I was just thinking, like,
because I thought it could be cool if this is just like a thing where he's like, you've been working here long enough, you've proven your worth, you're one of my guys now. This is what happens to my guys. And like, Drayden sees it as like a reward. That's the fucked up part. Drayden sees it as like, I just initiated you into my goons, into my people. This is the reward that you get, but it's leverage over you. And then it slowly chips away Forrest's opinion of Drayden, that he's like, that is a reward? Like, what the fuck happens if I piss this guy off? We're like, oh, well, he's gonna fucking kill me because he got a thing in my back. And so now the stakes for when he goes in the next time, because like, it was too easy. Like, I love that it was too easy. And then there's this thing that happens that he's like, oh shit. And so like, now when he goes back in, he's like, yeah, it's super easy, but the stakes are higher now.
Oh, I was gonna have him like be made to go get much more dangerous shit or do other kinds of work. As like, oh, well, before you could just go and pick me some moss, and that you were a good little boy, and that was the easy life. And now you're gonna do this fucking crazy shit. Like, that
like has to get something like from Drayden's office or something,
or from someone else's office. Yeah, so like actual like deadly jobs, yeah. And that's how he's able to make him do that.
Either way would work.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Is like he has no idea. Because I've realized that he never. I was writing this quickly, like literally in the last 10 minutes, 7:57 to 8. And so I meant to have him say like, you know, I know I know what you did type of thing. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
I like
maybe I
that.
should leave a
Yeah.
comment as this, because that is
It could
interesting.
be interesting that if he doesn't know and then he says something like "Welcome to the family" or something, and Forrest is like, "Fuck." Like, I thought I was just working for this guy. Now I'm like, because especially if they're like in this like kind of a gang mafia type thing, like, blood out, blood in, blood out, literally, like that seems a little more.
Yeah, I picture it less like, more like Drayden is everything and everyone else is these gangs tend to have like, here's the second in command, here's like,
Yeah,
and
but
like
even still,
there's basically just Drayden and everyone else is a shit.
yeah. I mean, you can still
But
make that happen, but it's still blood in, blood out, right? It's like you prove your worth, and then he puts a fucking tracker on your ass. And
yeah.
that's how he doesn't need a second in command. His second in command are his implants.
Yeah, true. That's interesting. I do like that. I had not considered it, but yeah, that's
I
interesting.
love that you dumb it down for the character, but you dumb it down for the audience in such a simple, beautiful way. It is so perfect. Where you're just like, let's just say that there's a jar of poison in your back because you're a fucking dumbass and wouldn't understand if I actually told you what it was. Like, the reader's like, cool, got it, done. I don't need to understand it. I don't need 6 paragraphs on the backstory on how you made something and what you did and all the bullshit. I'm a dumbass too. Let's go.
Okay,
but you're not calling the readers dumb. You're not dumbing it, but it's perfect ways for the readers to be like, cool, got it. Jar
that's how I take it.
Excellent.
I'm just like, I don't care.
So perfect to be like, and for him to like acknowledge that he's dumbing it down for Forrest and calling him a dumbass is like kind of genius. I love it.
Yeah, because I need to make him more skilly. What do you think of the dream?
Yeah. The fuck?
I don't like stuff like that, but I was like, I gotta.
Yeah, I was a little confused, and then I was like, oh, right, we're dreaming here. And then was like, cool, I'll just keep that in the back of my mind because clearly that's going to come up somewhere. So I was like,
originally I was
like a bunch of, because I was thinking, okay, a bunch of water, because you said that the earth was flooded. The above ground is like there's like a big flood or tsunami or some shit.
That is different, actually.
Okay.
It's a flood of lava up there.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So not water.
But then there's like, he's kind of getting like pushed around by these big animal beastie things, right?
Yeah, I was picturing like orcas, but I was like, doesn't really make sense. What's actually happening is, well, okay, when I wrote that scene, I was thinking that Savs or an unknown person was like trying to heal him, and there was like water in his lungs, which is why he feels like he's drowning, and that someone was like doing some magic shit to whatever. And then I realized that I don't want to introduce a new character. I don't want Savs to be the one to find him, because then it's like, now we're on the run. I was like, no, Drayden's got to be the one who's healing him, and this is just what the healing process feels like to his brain.
I love
that. So it's because his lung got punctured extra, and that's why he gets the drowning feeling. And I think the hits are just like the pain of like things being fixed or something. I love that. Or something like that.
I love it.
But I had like something different in my head when I was writing that dream scene, and then at the end I was like, oh, it has to be Drayden. But I don't know what it probably means something. Who fucking knows?
I dig it. You know what it is? It's that you can't get away from poetry. That's what this is.
Probably.
Your mind said we need some poetic imagery, some abstract poetic imagery, and that's honestly what you did. You went dreamscape. It's not even
very good imagery. It's like
it's
water.
Great. It's question for this. It's good because it's mysterious. Like, what the fuck is this? Okay, cool, dream, weird, and then you move on. And if it comes up, if he keeps having these kinds of like the ways that he processes his life through dreams, and they could be a great place for you to be able to stretch some of your poetic imagery writing in a space that is, mostly fantasy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, I was reading this thing that was like such a great like pantser thing. It was like, oh fuck, I don't know if I can find it. whatever. Maybe I'll send you a quote later. But I was reading it. I was trying to prepare for my fall class, and I was reading this like unhinged essay I read like 15 years ago, and it's about the process of writing. It's really like philosophical, and I was like, this is way too complex for my class. But it makes this like argument about like language and how like a musician gets an instrument, but writers just get like language that already has a purpose, so you have to like use this double purpose, and there's infinite meanings because of it. And he has this interesting thing about kind of what I think it feels like to be a pantser, which is like you choose words based off of like so like every word has like many meanings and infinite meanings, and you almost, if you try to think about it, you cannot think about it. And so you just choose some words, and your brain, like, this is what I always say, your brain knows what it wants to write, but you don't. And so you just have to choose the words on instinct and then see what meaning comes out of it. And that's exactly how I feel like in moments like this. I'm going to send you that quote when I can find it.
I am so weird and such a plotter that I sat here for 45 minutes and thought about where this story ends. My story.
But
I was like, but where do we, but I didn't plot it. I didn't, but I was like, where do we go? What's the next step? And I'm like, babe, you're on chapter 3. Just
yeah. Well,
3.
I that too, and then I feel stifled actually, and then I was gonna write her double crossing him. I was gonna write all these other things, and then I just sat and just started writing, and a bunch like the textbook thing happened, and I was like,
I feel like there's a little bit of both that happens for me. I need a little bit of a roadmap. I need to know where I'm going, and it can be a very, very loose, like this thing, like it just, this one little tiny thing needs to happen at some point, and then when I'm actually writing, the story kind of unfolds and takes some turns and does some things and whatever, because there are plenty of scenes, especially in the other book that I'm writing, that I was like, oh, I didn't really plan for that. It's just kind of how the story unfolded for me. That wasn't plotted, but it was necessary once you start building, once you have like the sort of the places on the map for me to go, then like, the road has to kind of emerge, and it can do its own thing and has a little bit of that pantser vibe to it, even though I know the next stop like on the road is this thing that I need to happen. But like the ways in which we get there are not necessarily plotted out specifically. But yeah, I know where I want book 2 to go.
Okay.
In chapter 3, I know what I want book 2 to do. And so I just need a reason to get there.
Okay.
We need to have some bromance in book 2.
Between the husbands?
Yeah. And I'm really excited for a moment where Simon says, "You stole my wife," and for Corvin to go, "You married mine." Like, I want this so badly.
Such a good line.
Yeah, we're just like
such a weird, interesting.
Yeah,
line.
we're just like, "Fuck you! You stole my wife," and he's like, "You married my mate." Like levels of craziness.
Dude, that's so interesting.
And they have to work together. I forced proximity for the boys.
And then a polycule happy ending at the end.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably actually.
Yeah, 100%. I didn't tell you that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, she ain't giving up her Earth man.
Well, and she's not gonna give up. I think it's more than that too. It's like, it's not just gonna be like a who does she choose and kind of, like who is she.
That's the simple.
That's the simple kind of thing. It's that she needs to choose what version of herself she wants to keep, and she realizes that she wants her whole self.
Yeah,
and her whole self is fae and mortal, right? She's lived a mortal life. She's lived a fae life, and if she were to choose one over the other, she's actually choosing half of herself.
Yeah, interesting.
And so it's not even so much just a like, oh, which boy do I like? I want them all kind of a thing. It's that it's two versions of her.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that would be good.
And that's also how I want them to come to terms with it too. That it's like they would never ask for her to kill a half of her. And so like Corvin has to realize that like, yeah, you lost your mate, But the woman that is back is a different person. And if you're going, like, right, he's gonna have a Dorian moment, right? You can't choose the pieces of her that you love.
Dorian's the one who says that?
Dorian says it to Kale. You can't choose the pieces of her that you love, right? Oh. And then the same thing for her husband, right? It's like she has a past that she didn't ask to walk away from.
Yeah.
And you are kind of the other guy.
You are the mistress. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. You know, like you are the infidelity. Kind of a moment.
Funny.
Yeah. But I want her to fucking wrestle with that hard. I want her to feel like, because when she gets some of her memories back, right? I don't want her to just be like, oh, I love you, Corvin. Like, that's not, no. It's going to be like I remember, like, she's going to have little glimpses, right? It's going to be a long sort of journey of her. Like, she's going to get these little, like, pieces and, you know, whatever. But I think that when she finally realizes kind of what her past is, there's going to be a hard, like, the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Like, I feel bad because I was stolen from this guy and I'm drawn to him and I love him and he's my person and all the things. But I can't be unfaithful to my husband at the same time. So there's guilt on both sides. Meanwhile, she might get dick left and right.
She's definitely going to. I know what kind of bitch you are.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. And the way this really transpires is that Topher reads about Year About Boys.
He does. And now he reads about my dragon, wolf, vampire, siren boys. Yes. He fucking hates the guys of Zodiac, even Orion.
Wait, where are you guys?
He hates them.
To be fair, I felt the same way for a long time.
Can't fucking stand
speaking
them.
in generalities.
And here's the thing: I can no longer tell him about my books because we might read them, and so he knows that at some point he's like, I don't know how you love these characters. He goes, I know that you get to a point where you are team whatever the fuck dude in this book. And it has to be more than he's hot. Because, babe, I love you, but you gotta be more than that. There's no way
not that shallow.
He's like, there's no way you're only on board with these characters because the sex scenes are hot. He's like, I know. He's like, I can't, please tell me that's not it. And I was like, that's not it. And he's like, I cannot understand how I'm ever going to like these fucking little, stupid, whiny bitch boys. And then Orion, everything, he's like, this seems like sexual assault. This, like, everything in the book, he's like, when Seth is talking about the initiation, he's like, that sounds like assault.
What is the initiation?
Where he has to initiate her into his pack.
Please me, or...
Yeah, and he's like, that sounds like assault. I don't like that. And I'm like, yep, you're supposed to feel yucky. And he's like, and I'm supposed to like this guy? I was like, no, you can hate Seth for as long as you want. Until you don't. But I can't wait. I cannot wait. But
okay, where are you?
We, Darcy just got initiated, and...
Isn't that in the second book?
We're in the third.
I thought Kale just read that.
We just started the third book. Very early in the third book. Okay. She just got initiated. She just had her first liaison lesson with Orion. That's awkward, and they're out in the meadows, and he's like, what if I don't want it to end? And Topher's like, put this guy in jail.
You're like, you have no idea.
Oh, babe, you're ahead of the curve. That's book 6.
That's how long ago it is? Or that's how far away it is?
Yeah, I think so.
I would have guessed book 4 or 5.
Nah, I think it's 5 or 6.
Damn. Okay, so...
And, yeah, and then there's the, like... Tori is about to go motorcycle racing with Darius.
God, that feels... I guess it's book 3. It's beginning of book 3. Okay.
But
that feels right.
Oh, and she is... she's playing the hunting game with Caleb, and Darius is pissed about it. And Topher's like, what is with this guy? Why is he mad? And I was like, well, because maybe he's into her. And then I was like, fuck. I was like, maybe he's mad because his friend, he's like, that's my friend. You can't, like, I was like, his friends are supposed to be against these girls or are hooking up with the girl. And I had to cover that up real hard because I was like, fuck, he can't know that he wants her. But it's very fucking clear.
Yeah, or I thought, didn't they talk about the rules by now or not yet? You're not supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, so they talked about wait.
That's what I would say. I'd be like, that's why he's mad. This is vampire rules.
No, but I'm talking about every time Caleb's talking about Tori and Darius gets pissed about it. Like he sees her in like a Pitbull jersey at the end of book 2, and he's like, "Oh, but it didn't have my name on the back of it. It had Groose on the back of it. Of course it does." That's what he says. She's the fucking cat's pajamas. My favorite line in the whole book.
No memory of that.
And then like wait, because then Caleb bites her, and he's like, Caleb's his hands in her hair, and he's rubbing her fucking leg, and I want to fucking bite his face off, kind of a thing. And Topher's like, and then at some point he was like, they're like, oh, they think they're gonna merge as dragons, and Darius is like, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll like have to marry Tori. And Caleb's like, you're fucking kidding me right now, right? Like I'm banging her. And so there's a weird something happening there. And Topher's like, does he like her, or is he just like mad that his boyfriend likes the girl that he's supposed to not like? And I was like, good questions, bud.
Dude, yeah. Kill's gonna finish soon. I think
we finally got to the scene where Seth is all super lonely and horny, and he keeps checking out all the guys. And it was after the nymph attack. They go into, they're hanging out in King's Hollow, and Seth is all like, he like walks in, and he's like, Darius is there with his shirt off, and he's like on his muscles, and he's like, fuck. And then he like sees Max for a second. He's like, God, I need to get fucking laid. And then he's like rubs up on Caleb, and Caleb's like, Seth, and he's like, come on, like, do you remember that time in the springs? And he's like, yeah, there was a girl there, like that moment. And he's like, to think I almost kissed you. And he's like, whatever. And he's like, wouldn't be the first time, kind of a thing. He's like, I don't remember that. He's like, okay, buddy. And so Topher's already like, what the fuck? Like, not in a like, he's like, this guy what he can't stand.
He's a mess.
I love it. Funny. It's so good. Same. How much all of us were like that. Hate and are annoyed by Seth.
Yeah, he's annoying.
He's annoying as fuck.
You're like, Orion is maybe right about that one. Just this once.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's where we are at. So,
dude.
And Darcy is she hasn't dyed her hair blue yet, but she just got the text that said, blue means royalty, blue means you. And Topher goes, fucking stupid pickup line.
Same.
He goes, same. Blue means you? He goes, what the fuck?
Although that's kind of treasonous right from the get-go.
Like, yes. Okay. Blue means royalty and blue means you, Mr. Allies to the Acrux. Yeah.
No, I guess we knew that, but yeah, it's interesting. God.
Yep. He thinks that Lionel's a little cunt, but he doesn't. I don't think he doesn't get.
It sneaks up on you. You do not get it until you're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the cuntruntry of.
Cuntruntry.
That's my word. That's a new word. Because it can't be cuntiness. That's not enough. It's cuntruntry. That is Lionel. That is Lionel Acrux.
Daddy.
Yeah, but this is also the book where I think that Sophie and Xavier start texting back and forth. Because she was just asked out by Tyler. And Diego's all pissed about it. Because he still doesn't have his grandma's cap.
That must be interesting to watch that, knowing everything.
Yeah. Well, Topher said something about Tyler being gay, and I was like, well, he's not straight. That's for sure. He definitely gets dommed real well at some point. Dude, I can't wait till we get to the scenes where Xavier busts in a room and says things that are inappropriate. They're like, his mom just died. Or he's like, I was in all the holes. And his mom's like, good for you, sweetie. I can't wait till we get to the penis piercing. I'm so excited for all of it. You know what I'm actually most excited for is to see the Ruthless Boys in this book with the Ruthless Boys knowledge now.
Oh, interesting. God, I gotta read that.
See my little writer boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that shit too.
I will say that I guessed it even without reading it. When they introduced the character, I was like, oh, hold up here. Who's this guy?
You already met the character?
Yes.
So you're reading Ruthless Boys.
So no, when I was reading Zodiac, there's a character in it that I was like, hold up. Okay, so when does it happen? Oh,
no,
okay.
we haven't read it now with Topher.
I haven't read it with Topher, no.
Oh, okay.
But there's a character who, he says something about...
Yeah, Carson.
Yeah, when he's piercing, and he's like, can't you, like, numb it or whatever? And he's like, that's not how it works.
Oh, yeah,
like,
you called
something about the pain, and I was like, hold up, because I think that we have knowledge of something, and I was like, and also I was like, where are they getting all this basilisk venom if the last basilisk died 6 years ago? And I was like, no. And so that's what I looked it up, and I was like, oh, he's that guy.
Interesting. Okay.
And then watching him choose that stuff is his Disney tattoos is fucking chef's kiss. In the stupidest fucking way. Faisney, yeah.
Fakey mouse. I can't even think of it.
Faekey.
Fayufi.
Donald's fake.
Dude, I can't even hear the name Donald without raging.
It's Fainald Duck. Yeah, so that's where we're at. But yeah, I'm gonna keep writing. Keep reading.
Yes. I'm gonna get another chapter. And that is the whole point. Yeah. That is what we're doing.